You honestly think you can beat a man that has not been pinned for over 614 days in reign for the world title over 450 days?
Doing something mean to it. Do it better than anybody you ever seen. Do it. Scream from the haters. Got a nice ring to it. I guess every superhero need his theme music. No one man should have all that power. The clock's ticking, I just count the hours. Stop tripping, I'm tripping off the power.
Not the same Daniel Cole we fought. When we meet one-on-one, we have no chance with us.
Under this contract, it states that if the Painmaker so happens to get involved at any point, you will be stripped.
Painmaker can get involved!
Oh, let us take the world title!
The confidence of Daniel Cole, we could possibly see a dethroning at Anniversary 6.
We went through everybody! Every human being known to mankind! They've been stepped up and they've been stepped down.
At Anniversary 6, you will just be another victim in the category of the Anarchy Era and the Anarchy King.
I'm waiting for Legend to sign
What's he waiting for? Oh, this guy just stand his hand! Why he's got the world title!
But hit Alpha with the belt!
He doesn't! Table the AA!
The match is official!
Will the Alpha finally dethrone the Anarchy Era and bring down the Anarchy King? Hello fans, welcome to Anniversary 6 Tennessee Backyard Wrestling. Good old Jared Charles Ross in the broadcast booth with my good friend Roger Cross for Anniversary 6.
Woo, Ross! It's the biggest event for Tennessee Backyard Wrestling, and we're finally here. Anniversary 6!
And the pre-show matchup, it's the Grim Reaper Joe Anderson taking on the Puerto Rican Nightmare, Manny Kobra with the Hardcore Strap.
Ross, what a matchup that's going to be. Hardcore Championship matchup.
Hardcore Strap on the line. And also the kickoff, Anniversary 6, the Gold in the Vault matchup. Fat Asian, Jacob Young, Shane Davidson, Alan Michaels, and Maxx Kaos, and also another mystery opponent this match.
What a matchup, Ross. Whoever can climb that ladder will get that briefcase. And look, it's James Taylor versus Jay Wild.
The Nemesis James Taylor versus the Prophet Jay Wild. 2 out of 3 falls match.
The question is, who's going to get the most pinfalls in that matchup, Ross?
Exactly. It could go to Southern Death, or will he can take home the actual win. And also, folks, it's the Nature Boy Gage Flair with Johnny J at ringside, taking on the American Dragon Atomic Titan. Story behind this matchup is Flair felt that he got robbed by the American Dragon in the Truth and Competition match.
You're absolutely right, Ross. And let's not forget the main event.
The main event, the almighty Alpha Daniel Cole looks to dethrone the Anarchy Era as he takes on the Anarchy King, Ledger Shade, with the Painmaker at ringside. Who's going to walk out with the Undisputed Championship belt?
And here we are down at ringside, Anniversary 6. Here we go, Ross. The start off matchup. This Hardcore Championship matchup between Joe Anderson and Manny Kobra.
This storybook chapter kicked off back in March with the season set premiere when Manny Kobra took home the Hardcore title after the MTK in the 1-2-3.
And here he is, Ross. Manny Kobra making his way down to the ring, getting ready to try to take back that Hardcore Championship belt back from Joe the Reaper Anderson.
Exactly, and that vendetta, the first event of the year, is when the Grim Reaper took home the Hardcore strap yet again in that dog collar match. Will the Puerto Rican Nightmare get redemption from the Reaper?
That's the question everyone's asking. Will Manny Kobra get his redemption and take home the Hardcore Championship belt? Can you imagine what's going through his mind right now here at Anniversary 6, the grandest stage of them all at TBW?
There ain't no grave can hold my body down.
And here comes the Hardcore Champion Cross. Here he comes. The Grim Reaper himself. Somebody say death himself. Joe Anderson.
Oh, the grave robber, Ross. The grave robber. Will he retain his title here tonight? We're fixing to find out.
Keep in mind, Cross, that grave rubber, you call him, has held the hardcore strap for 2 solid months. 2 months. He has held the hardcore title. Can the Puerto Rican Nightmare get back the hardcore title? Or will the Grim Reaper keep his deathly grasp on the hardcore strap?
Well, those 2 months could come to an end here tonight, Anniversary 6, and we're fixing to get underway once Ref Carter rings the bell. But right now, he's holding up that prestigious Hardcore Championship belt. Look at it, Ross.
And there you see referee Carter holding up the red strap known as the Hardcore Championship title. One of these men will walk out with the Hardcore title. Will it be the challenger, Manny Kobra, or will it be the champion, Joe Anderson?
We're fixing to find out, Ross, here in just a few seconds. And the bell has been sounded. Both men looking at one another, and here they go, Ross.
Bell is sounded, and Anderson laughing. I guess he thinks it's all funny.
Oh, man!
Oh, God!
He just hit it with that mask. The mask across the forehead of Manny Kobra. And now he's taking no time attacking the limbs.
Taking no time after that mask shot over the face. Oh, here and now the heavy artillery, the stop sign, the cookie sheet, the trash can lid.
Oh! No time, Ross, to bring out the weapons. No time. And now he's going for another weapon. What's he grabbing? Oh, he's grabbing the steel chairs, Ross.
And it looks like more heavy artillery. Here come the steel chairs.
And Manny Kobra, he's going after him, Ross. Wait a minute, he got stopped.
Oh, what? Oh, no, look, he's got him. Look out.
1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 across the chest, and down goes the Puerto Rican Nightmare.
Oh, can you imagine what his chest is feeling after that, Ross?
Well, he's got to be feeling a lot of pain and agony from the Grim Reaper. Now, Anderson's got the chair, puts down the chair, now he's got the stop sign.
Oh, Manny Kobra's making his way back inside the ring, or as I say, slithering back inside the ring. But Joe Anderson's got that stop sign. What's he gonna do?
Look out! No, wait, he caught it. Kobra caught it. Oh, kick to the big section. Another kick to the big section. This, oh, stop sign across the face.
What a hit across the forehead of Joe Anderson. The STOP.
He just stopped the Reaper. Look out! Oh, God!
He's attacking him with that chair.
That top of the chair on the, oh, God, on the back, lower part of the back and the kidneys.
That is still going onto the body, a steel chair onto the body. And what, he's got like a bacon sheet.
He's got that cookie, look out! Oh! He's doing some bacon to the skull of the Grim Reaper.
This match got quick. It got underway quick, Ross.
Now they got underway, and now look at this. Cobra's got the mask of the Reaper.
Oh, hit it.
Ross! Insult to injury, some kind of dance there. I don't know what the heck that was. And it looks like Kobra now.
Knee to the back. Oh, another knee to the back.
More knees to the back.
He's already been injuring that back with those steel chairs, but now he's going for the arm wrench onto Joe Anderson.
Got the arm wrench. Look at this now. Carter in position. Does he want to give up? Does he want to give up? I don't think he's going to give up that quick.
Yeah, Carter's checking, but Joe Anderson's still fighting back. He's still got life still left in him, Ross.
Still does indeed, Cross. The Grim Reaper will not lay down yet. Oh, good grief.
Attacking the legs of the Reaper, which could cause him not to be able to do that spear.
He's got the cookie he's got the trash can lid. Look out, incoming. He's look out. Oh, good God, head first.
Right in the forehead of Joe Anderson. What a concussion. He might have a concussion.
He might throw up the X. 1, 2. Oh, and a kick out.
Only a 2, Ross. Only a 2. Manny Kobra looking for that 3 to capture his gold.
He's got to get that 3 to get the hardcore title and to put away the Grim Reaper. We've seen everything. A mask, cookie sheets, trash can lids.
Stop sign.
A stop sign, a chair.
And now the belt. He's got the belt in his hand. Will he use that 5 pounds of gold across the forehead of Joe Anderson?
He's got that red strap. Kobra in position. He might take off Anderson's head with this shot.
There he goes, Ross. Oh, across the forehead goes the Hardcore Championship belt.
Across the head it does. And now look at this. Kobra now, so it's his time to be hardcore champion again.
We very well see that, Ross. Very well may see that.
And he's dragging Anderson. Oh, stop to the midsections with the foot, the boot. And look at this.
Manny Kobra! Manny Kobra!
Oh, a leg drop!
What a leg drop! Come on, Manny Kobra, you gotta get a pinfall. Stay on him.
Leg drop! One, two! Oh, and a 2.5.
Reminiscence of Matthew Joseph at leg drop.
TBW president. And look at this now, Kobra on his look out! Oh, what a clothesline out of nowhere by the Reaper.
Knocked him off of his feet, Ross.
Knocked him off his feet. And look at this. Anderson now is wedging that chair in the corner between the top and middle ropes.
Oh, he's gonna Irish whip. He throws it.
Oh, head first. Oh, head first.
Into the steel chair.
One, two. Oh, and a kick out.
Raw's only a 2. What a matchup so far to start off Anniversary 6.
What a matchup, the pre-show match for the hardcore strap. And look at this, Anderson on the outside, and he's picking up that chair yet again.
How much more does Anderson have to do, Ross, in order to take down the Puerto Rican Nightmare?
He's got to do a lot more than that. One. It's a box fan, for God's sake.
Things are picking up. Things are picking up.
Well, Anderson found his only fan in the ring.
You're right, Ross. But wait a minute. He's still attacking him. He's not finished with yet. And Joe Anderson will be the victim of the fan.
Oh, and now look at this. Come with a clothesline.
We will see. Come on, Manny Kobra. You got to take advantage of this matchup if you want to win that hardcore belt.
And look at this. Cobra's got that fan now. Look out. Oh, right on the lower part of the back. And again, more
fan. It's the only fan of the Reaper.
More shots. More shots with this box fan. And Kobra gets rid of that box fan. And, well, now what? It looks like Kobra now is picking up the chair. Uh-oh.
He's got that chair. He's going to throw the back neck. Don't do it.
Not the neck.
No.
I tried him with Dulab Legata. I think he can break a neck for that.
He possibly could, Ross. He could break that neck of Joe Reaper. It could be over. This ref won.
Give up.
2.
One more and it's over. One more and it's over.
It's over.
No, wait, no. The Reaper lives. He lives. Oh, good God.
He's rising from the grave. He's rising from the grave.
It's not phasing him, Cross.
No grave can hold his body down.
Uh-oh. Anderson's up, and he's pissed. Oh, God, get the big section. Look out. Oh, no. Anderson, look out. Incoming. Look out. Oh, that face buster.
He's fixing to bury Manny Kobra 6 feet under. He's taking Manny Kobra to his own grave, Ross.
He might very well do it, and it looks like Anderson throwing out that box. Oh, no.
You know what's coming next, Ross? He's setting him up. He is setting him up. If he hits it, Ross, this match could very well be over.
He's in position for what it could be. The spear. Oh, MTK.
MTK. It's over.
1, 2. Oh, how close was that? How close was that? Anderson tried for the spear and got met with that MTK cutter.
Ross, I thought it was a 3. I was standing on the edge of my seat.
I thought how close could that have been for Manny Kobra to walk away with the hardcore strap after the MTK.
I thought it was over, but Manny Kobra's not done yet. He has to continue to pound on his opponent to win this match.
Putting the boots woman to go was Manny Kobra to Joe Anderson. Look out!
Spear!
The spear, that's it! Game over!
It's over! It's over, Ross! It's over!
Wait a minute, he's got that chair. He's got one steel chair. From outside, he grabs the other chair. So do these chairs.
Is he fixing to make a sandwich?
I don't know. Well, he might. Oh no! Come on! No! Don't do it, Reaper!
No! This is inhumane!
He's placing Kobra's head on one. Oh no!
This is not right, Ross. No!
Don't do it! You end his career! Don't do it! No! Oh, the concerto! Oh, and Kobra's body just goes limb.
It's over, Ross. It's over.
1, 2,
3.
And with that concerto, Joe Anderson retains the hardcore title here against Manny Kobra at Anniversary 6.
What a great way to start Anniversary Anniversary 6, Ross. What a great matchup indeed. And retaining his belt, Joe the Reaper Anderson.
The Reaper era over the hardcore reign is continuing yet again, folks. After this matchup, Manny Kobra tried with a valiant effort, with all he could, with every weapon known to mankind. But the Grim Reaper lives in the hardcore realm.
Puerto Rican Nightmare was unable to capture that Hardcore Championship belt, and there is Joe Anderson with his Anniversary 6 victory moment.
Congratulations to the Grim Reaper, Joe Anderson.
And Josh Rawls, we're back down at ringside. And look, hanging above the ring is that gold in the vault.
They said the gold in the vault briefcase, and inside that briefcase is a guaranteed contract. Whoever wins this match can cash in on any championship title in his opportunity.
Anytime, anywhere, Rawls.
Anytime, any place, anywhere. And there you see the Big HQ, the commissioner. It's me.
Oh, it's the Beast.
It's showtime, baby. It's showtime.
There you see our commissioner, Beast, making his way down the ringside with this golden ball match for Anniversary 6. Let's see what the commissioner has got to say over this gold in the vault matchup.
Josh Rawls, I cannot wait for this gold in the vault ladder match, and it's fixing to happen next. Let's listen to what the commissioner has to say.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Anniversary! Now, as you may have seen, we had a pre-show with the Reaper and the Cobra, which we seen the Reaper come up on top. Yeah! New hardcore champ. Hardcore, yeah. With that being said, you know, let's spice it back up and let's get ready for the gold in the vault. Yeah! Yeah. Now, with that being said, now we have let you know about 4 of the competitors, and also as of on Instagram, we have seen Mr. Chaos said that he's involved, but the 6th person is a special person that I think we need to save for just a little bit later. All right, and with that being said, let's bring them out.
That's right, Carlos, one more competitor, one more entrant.
Who's it gonna be? And we're underway. The gold in the vault ladder match starting right here, right now, Rawls.
Here we go. The gold in the vault ladder match is about to be underway. And out first, folks, for the gold in the vault ladder match. Here comes the Black Fox, Jacob Young.
The Black Fox could possibly win this matchup, Rawls. You seen him on Rampage in that tag team matchup?
Indeed we did. And this is the Black Fox's first ever gold in the vault ladder match at Anniversary 6.
Josh Rawls, look at the mask of the Black Fox.
The Black Fox is definitely on the hunt for the gold in the vault briefcase. Could he be the one to climb the ladder of success and get the gold in the vault briefcase?
He very well could be the one to climb up that ladder and grab that briefcase.
Keep in mind, there's multiple opponents in this. The TrendSetter, the Bulldozer, the Goblin, and Maxx Kaos, and also keep in mind that mystery opponent.
Look at him pointing up at that briefcase. He wants that briefcase, Josh Rawls.
Yes, but he's got to go through multiple men to do it, Cross, and the other men have the same goal, that briefcase.
That is the goal, Rawls. In order to climb up that ladder, you got to grab that briefcase to win.
That's the goal you got to do here, folks. Climb the ladder and retrieve right there that gold in the vault briefcase.
Oh, what a shot!
What an image there. The Black Fox standing underneath the gold in the vault briefcase. And now, folks, contender number 2 in the gold in the vault match, folks.
And Commissioner's looking on the outside.
Commissioner Beast looking on observing this contest here.
And it's the party killer! The party killer!
There he is, the party killer himself, the fat Asian who sat on the Staying Trendy show, Alan Mikaels. He is the ladder match expert.
He claims that he will win this matchup, Rawls.
Asian is telling the past Rampage that he will win the Gold in the Vault matchup. Can he be spoiling this match?
He has won many ladder matches in the past, Rawls. He could very well win this one here tonight. And look at that showmanship.
Or like the disrespect, little side look like they're a cameraman there.
And here comes the Southern Bulldozer.
I am
Shane
TBW.
Davidson.
The Southern Bulldozer. Tell you what, Cross Bulldozer here is an advantage. He don't need a daggum ladder, for God's sake.
You're absolutely right, Rawls. Standing over 6'3", weighing about 300 pounds. This man probably will not need a ladder in this matchup.
So you got to think, Asian, Mikaels, and all these other guys have got to use a ladder. He don't need a ladder. Look how tall he is, for God's sake.
And we're waiting for the next participant. He's fixing to make his way down to the ring, Rawls.
The next participant, folks, is going to be the host of Staying Trendy, who said he injected himself in the Gold in the Vault match. It's the TrendSetter, Mr. Alan Mikaels, the host of the Staying Trendy show.
He did declare that he was entering the Gold in the Vault on his show, Rawls.
And there he is! It's Alan Mikaels!
He's styling to the ring, Rawls.
He's got the shades, he's got the glasses, a little bit of a drip.
Imagine how much more drip he would have if he climbs the top of that ladder and grabs the briefcase.
Could you imagine that one of these two signees, Davidson or Mikaels, gets the Gold in the Vault briefcase?
That would be impressive, but look who it is! It's Maxx Kaos!
It's Maxx Kaos, who is now on Rampage, being at his home, and he is in the Gold in the Vault match!
He could be the one, Ross. My money might be on him. Who climbs that ladder and grabs that briefcase?
Well, Kaos is the agile of all these combatants, the more high-flying of these combatants, and now across, we're going to get down to see who is the mystery opponent.
Debut the sixth participant. He is the ringleader.
What?
Ross, did you just say ringleader?
The who? The ringleader? What's a ringleader?
We're about to find out.
Wait a minute.
Once he turns around, Ross.
Who is it? The ringleader, but who is the ringleader? Ah! It's Russell Cooper!
Russell Cooper is back, Ross. He's back in TBW, and he's entering the Gold in the Vault.
The former commissioner, the former United States champion, the ringleader is home in TBW.
The last time we seen Russell Cooper was at season finale facing off against Andrew Clay.
Andrew Clay and Johnny J for that U.S. title trophy match. And now the ringleader is back.
I'm excited, Ross. He could possibly make a great comeback here tonight.
He could, but you know, ring rust is definitely a factor in this one, folks.
Look at him. He doesn't look like he has any ring rust. That presence. He's in great shape, Ross.
He's walking in confident. I'll give Cooper that. But could Cooper be the one to do this? And the crowd is very supportive of the ringleader.
Absolutely. And the matchup's fixing to be underway. And let's not forget, ladies and gentlemen, you got to climb the ladder in order to get the briefcase.
That's the objective. Climb the ladder, grab the briefcase.
Ref Carter is fixing to sound the bell, and here we go. Wait, look, Fat Asian attacking the Fox.
It's pandemonium, hot and heavy, and Michael is standing in the corner watching all this.
And here goes Maxx Kaos with an Irish whip. Oh, out goes Russell Cooper.
Out goes Cooper. Look at this now. Asian has got Fox on the outside, and look at this. And in the ring now is Mikaels and Davidson.
Behemoths going at it. Here we go with a collar never lockup. Wait a minute. Alan Mikaels wrenching the hand of Shane Davidson, the Bulldozer.
Wrenching the hand of Shane Davidson is Alan Mikaels, the Keeping It Trendy host.
And he's bringing that hand back behind Shane Davidson. What Shane Davidson will do next?
He's down to one knee. He's got him on one knee.
And we've got action going on the outside of the ring.
A little roll over there by the Bulldozer. A kip up by Davidson. Look at this now.
And Fat Asian is still working on Fox on the outside of the ring, Ross. He does.
And look at this now. Davidson has got Mikaels. They're both in the ring now. Still in the ring.
He's working on him once again. He's got that headlock cinched in. Oh, wait a minute. We got Asian. Looks like he headed for the ladder, but wait a minute. Michaels comes back. Oh, with a shoulder tackle.
What a shoulder tackle there by the TrendSetter. Look at this now. Cooper and Chaos on one side of the ring. Fox and Asian on the other side. Look at the ring down there. Oh, a shoulder tackle by Davidson.
What a matchup so far, Ross. Action is taking place everywhere.
I feel bad for Ref Carter. I really do, Cross. Look now. Asian just got the ladder right in the gut of the Fox. Right in the gut of the Black Fox. Oh, he can put on his neck, for God's sake.
Oh, wait a minute. Russell Cooper's got Shane Davidson in the corner. Russell Cooper going full force.
Ringleader.
Oh!
Oh, right in the corner. Look at this.
He's not finished with him yet, Ross. Oh!
A baseball body. Knocked the ladder to Asian. Down goes Asian. There's Chaos here to beat him.
Maxx Kaos working on Fat Asian.
I'm doing good.
Russell Cooper continuing to work on Shane, the Bulldozer.
Yeah. Oh, there's a face wash by the ringleader. Cooper now is not slowing down at all, Cross.
And look at Maxx Kaos, Ross. Oh, what a kick. What a kick.
Beautiful insecurity there by Chaos. Fox still on the outside. He's getting up to him, trying to get up.
And we got Black Fox lifting up Maxx Kaos into a DDT. And look, Ross, Russell Cooper on the edge of the apron. He goes off. Oh, what a diving handle.
Diving axe handled by the ringleader on to Alan Michaels. And look at oh, and Davidson gets posted head first.
Can you imagine what that post feels like, Ross?
Well, it's got to hurt the cranium, the skull of the Bulldozer.
And Russell Cooper continues to work on the forehead of Shane Davidson. But look, Ross, where is Russell Cooper heading?
Cooper now. Oh, here you go. He went to beat the Fox. Looking over Black Fox here with these back and forth shots.
We want ladder.
It's punches back and forth, back and forth. But look, Russell Cooper's not even where he wants him. Oh, throws him into the ring, Ross.
Black Fox been thrown the ring by the ringleader Russell Cooper. Now Cooper now is going to grab the heavy artillery. He's got the ladder.
Come on.
And now looks like he's trying to get that ladder inside the ring. Oh, it hits the Black Fox. And Shane Davidson's back onto his feet. But look at Alan Michaels. Alan Michaels picking up Maxx Kaos on the outside of the ring.
And back in the ring now we see Cooper trying to set up the ladder. And he's working on a Black Fox still in the ring.
Can you imagine, Ross, what that feels like? That steel ladder across the forehead. Oh, wait a minute. Looks like Fat Asian just got posted.
Chaos got to the ring by Michaels, and then you see Cooper now there goes set the ladder, and Michaels is back in.
Alan Michaels! He's stopping Maxx Kaos!
Cooper on top of the ladder, look at Alan Michaels down, oh God!
Wait a minute, Ross!
Down the mat goes the ringleader.
What a powerful slam by Alan Michaels!
And look, the action all over the place here in the ring, outside the ring. Michaels is, look at this now, Alan Michaels is by the ladder.
It looks like Maxx Kaos is trying to go for the ladder, but right now Alan Michaels is setting that ladder in the corner, Ross.
Michaels put the ladder in the corner, referee Carter. I feel bad, gotta finish it all this chaos.
Wait a minute, Ross. He's Irish whip. Oh, wait a minute. Maxx Kaos' back goes directly into that steel ladder.
Back first, sent in by the TrendSetter, Alan Michaels.
Oh, Shane Davidson's got a steel chair. Fat Asian's making his way back into the ring.
Oh, back first goes the steel chair on the top of the back by the Bulldozer. And now he's going to pick up the ringleader here. Oh, head first, the turnbuckle goes the ringleader Russell Cooper.
Fat Asian's grabbing that ladder, Ross.
Asian.
Looks like he's going to go after Shane Davidson.
Asian going after the Bulldozer, not a wise move.
Irish whips him. Oh, Russell Cooper barely got out of the way, Ross.
The athleticism, Cooper like a squirrel trying to avoid the Bulldozer. And wait, the Dozer in the sitting position. And look at this. Oh no, he can't, is he? Oh no, a double-decker stink face. A double-decker stinky.
Oh, he just got met with a knee by the Black Fox.
Well, that put down the party killer's stink.
He's pointing towards the briefcase, Ross. He needs to get that ladder in order to get up there. He needs to hurry.
Black Fox is on a mission. He's going to do it right. He might get it right now, Cross.
Everyone's down at this current moment. He's got to climb that ladder and grab that briefcase. Oh, wait a minute. Shane Davidson's on the outside.
Davidson on the outside. Wait, he's back. Oh, it's Cooper. Cooper's back in. Cooper's got the Fox.
Cooper just, he threw the Black Fox off the ladder. He's going to the top, Ross.
He's at the top, and there's Chaos there on the other side of the ladder.
Oh, down goes Chaos. Wait a minute.
Cooper's going to get it. And the ringleader's going to get it. Out on the front. Asians, look out. Oh, he dragged him down.
Asian was able to pull the legs out from underneath Russell Cooper.
And now, look at this. Asian has got the ringleader.
He's in a seated position in that corner, Ross, and Fat Asian is grabbing that ladder. This is not going to end well.
Oh, no, he's not going, is he? Look out. Look out below. Oh, Gonads run and beats the ladder. Oh, that's got to hurt.
Russell Cooper. Oh, look at him, Ross.
Oh, wait a minute. No. Oh, the Black Fox gets the acorn smashed.
Second victim.
He knew in a row. 2 for 2. It's 2 for 2.
Wait a minute, the big man's back in the ring.
Oh no, Goliath is back in. Oh God. Look out! A choke slam.
What a choke slam. Oh!
Look at Kaos. Oh, Kaos with the kicks. Trying to wear down the big man.
Kaos is working on the big man. That's a smart thing to do, Ross.
Definitely a smart thing to do. And now, Kaos ready to get that ladder and get that briefcase. Win this thing.
You don't cut the tree from the top. You go from the bottom.
Exactly. I'll agree with that statement. And now, Kaos. Oh, with a punch to Fat Asian.
What a haymaker.
What a blow there by Matt. And look at that, Kaos get the ladder finally now.
Alan Mikaels looks like taking a rest, but he needs to get inside that ring to stop Maxx Kaos from going to the top.
Kaos along top ladder. Kaos put out in the bag.
But like I said, here's Russell Cooper. He's going to stop Kaos.
Kaos was fingertips away. Oh, good God.
What a move.
Down goes Kaos.
That's going to stop him from climbing that ladder.
Folks, in that briefcase is a career-changing opportunity, a career-changing moment. All these men fighting for the golden vault briefcase, a golden ticket for any title of their choosing.
Josh Ross is a big deal, but look, oh, the edge of existence delivered by the Black Fox.
Edge of existence by the Black Fox onto Russell Cooper, the ringleader. And all men trying to get back to the vertical base. Bulldozer on the outside, Fox on the outside. Mikaels has got the ringleader. Oh no, fireman's carry.
He's got him lifted, Ross. He's got him lifted.
Oh, the Samoan drop.
Oh, what a slam.
The Samoan drop by the big man.
Oh man, I felt that all the way up here.
And look at this. Mikaels is going to go over to Kaos now. He's got Kaos fighting back with the fire with these kicks and punches.
Kaos is continuing to lay it down.
Oh, the cutter.
What a cutter delivered by Maxx Kaos. He's going to climb. He's going to climb.
Beautiful cutter by the chaotic one. He's got to get up there and get that briefcase. Look at this Bulldozer. Looking on at the Fox and Cooper.
And Josh Ross, let's go back and look at that replay.
And you see, bam, Kaos, that beautiful cutter in the replay here, folks. What a beautiful cutter that was.
Back to the action.
Back to the action as Mikaels is duking it out with Asian. Asian is he's gonna get these haymakers back and forth.
And Russell Cooper's coming up from behind on Alan Mikaels. Turn around.
Look at this. Oh, a little meeting of the minds. Courtesy of the ringleader to Asian and Mikaels.
And down goes Asian. And look at Shane Davidson. Looks like he's setting up some kind of a table.
Oh no, this could not be good for anybody. Look out! Oh, a diamond axe handled by the ringleader.
Meeting the forehead of Alan Mikaels. And he goes down, Ross.
I wonder how trendy that was.
Very trendy. And looks like Russell Cooper's not finished yet. He's not finished yet. Here he goes.
Bombs away!
Yeah. What a leg drop. What a leg drop from the top rope.
What a leg drop there onto Asian by the ringleader. And look at this, Bulldozer has got that ladder. Oh, and he got me head first.
And looks like Russell Cooper is trying to get the upper advantage here on the big man. He throws him to the mid corner. Ross, he's not finished with him yet.
Oh, good God, head first on the turnbuckle. Look out, Dozer. Oh, good Lord Almighty. It's a slobber knocker cross.
A slobber knocker fest. And he's positioning that ladder back in the middle of the ring. We only know what that means. He's going to the top.
Ringleader climbing up the ladder, the ladder of heaven, if you will. Look at this. Mikaels is there to beat him. Oh, there's a kick right there by the Bulldozer and Alan Mikaels. Look, he threw his fingertips away.
He was fingertips away from winning this thing.
Oh, my God. Don't do it, no. Oh, my God. Oh, the power bomb. It's through the tape structure goes the ringleader.
Through the table goes Russell Cooper.
That's it. Ringleader's done. He's over after that one. That powerbomb of an insane bulldozer.
Getting powerbombed from 6 foot rolls would not feel good.
Not at all. And the Dozer thinks it's his time to climb that ladder like he ever needed one.
Wait a minute. Bad Asian. He just got kicked in the midsection by the big man.
Asian suffered a kick there and all these an elbow to the face. Yeah, oh, a splash by the big man.
What a splash delivered by Shane Davidson. Oh, if Shane Davidson climbs this ladder, it could be over.
He only climbed about 2 or 3 steps, and that's it. Other than Mikaels has got him. The 2 new signees going at it.
This could be very big for these men if they climb that ladder and grab that briefcase being new signees. And would he still hit him with that steel chair?
He's got that chair, Alan Mikaels. Hitting him again repeatedly.
He's got to climb that ladder in order to win this matchup. It's not over yet. It's not over just yet, Ross.
Let's go. Get over to one of these men gets that briefcase.
Let's take a look at that replay.
And you see Cooper now, that powerbomb to the table by the Southern Bulldozer.
Let's get back to the action. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, the catapult. Mikaels catapulted Asian to that ladder, and Asian is hurt, and he could be out.
He's feeling it, Ross.
Pandemonium everywhere across. Action has been all the place since the get-go.
You're absolutely right, Ross. Action has been non-stop since the beginning of this matchup. And where's Alan Mikaels going?
Mikaels now trying to, I don't know what he's trying to do, find an object or get hold of these combatants here.
He needs to grab that ladder. There you go, Mikaels.
Mikaels now getting the ladder in position under that briefcase. Can Mikaels get it?
He needs to climb to the very top. In order to win this, he needs to climb to the very top.
Make yourself famous. Get that briefcase.
Keep it trending.
Yeah. Oh, wait, look. Ringleader's
desperately
holding on. How is he back in this, Ross?
He's holding on desperately. He does not want Alan Mikaels climbing that ladder to win the briefcase. But wait a minute. What's Maxx Kaos doing, Ross?
Kaos on the apron. What is Kaos doing? Cooper holding on, was trying to hold on desperately to Alan Mikaels. We're trying to climb the ladder.
Alan Mikaels climbing to the top. He can win this thing, but Maxx Kaos has to stop him.
He's climbing again, but look at Kaos. He's on the top turnbuckle. Look out! What a drop kick, a missile drop kick, and down.
That's one way to stop him, and that's one way to stop being trendy.
And look at this. Cooper is going to climb the ladder. Get it, Cooper. Make yourself famous. And there's Kaos to beat him.
Maxx Kaos and Russell Cooper's going to battle it out as they go up to reach the briefcase. This is monumental, Ross. Whoever grabs this briefcase will be able to cash in anytime, anywhere.
Oh, head first, the ladder goes. Look at this now. Look at this. Not a suit. Oh, he's not a superplex. Don't do it. Look at this. He's got him. This could be all. Something's got to give.
Something's got to give me. Oh, there goes Maxx Kaos.
Down goes Kaos, and Cooper's all alone. He might get it, Ross. He's all alone.
Cooper's alone. He's got the briefcase in his hand. He's going to grab it.
Make history. Is he going to grab it? And he's going to get it. Come on, Sam. Wait. He got it. Cooper's got it.
Russell Cooper, the ringleader, had just grabbed that briefcase. He is the winner of Gold in the Vault here at Anniversary 6.
The ringleader is Mr. Gold in the Vault. I tell you, what an effort. Congratulations, ringleader. Look at these highlights of the match. You see Kaos with a beautiful drop kick in the
whole matchup.
And they follow him on of Kaos going down the ladder. And then the final closing point as the ringleader captures the Gold in the Vault briefcase.
I'll tell you what those replays capture, Ross, is the great performance out of Maxx Kaos.
What a showing from Kaos. The valiant effort, but the never say die spirit of the ringleader as he captured the Gold in the Vault briefcase.
Anytime, Ledger.
With this victory from Cooper, he's got a golden ticket inside that briefcase for a title match any place. It could be a Rampage, it could be a pay-per-view. Well, but the point is, win.
But every man did the absolute best in this matchup.
Every man, yeah, they did. But congratulations to the ringleader, Mr. Gold in the Vault,
Russell Cooper.
Welcome home, Cooper. What a matchup. What a match for all these combatants. What a match, folks.
anniversary. And the Nemesis James Taylor's here. And everybody keeps asking, is Prophet the one? Since I've showed up in this damn company, I've been undefeated. Had a no contest, big deal. Made my return to show this hot topic loser exactly what it means to be in this business. Prophet, you talk a big game. You think you're the entity here in Tennessee backyard wrestling. I am the Tyrant King in all of backyard wrestling. Tonight you're gonna find out firsthand that this is a dangerous business. So Prophet, take my advice. This is a dangerous business. So get ready to get hurt.
Raw's strong words from the Nemesis James Taylor.
Indeed, Cross, but up next, it's the Nemesis James Taylor, one-on-one with the Prophet J. Wild, 2 out of 3 falls.
2 out of 3 falls. Who's going to get the most falls in this matchup, bro?
Will it be the Prophet or the undefeated James Taylor? Let's see how this matchup all came about for this matchup for Anniversary 6.
And this rivalry has been ongoing ever since Jay Wild was our last official back in season 6.
Taylor, 1, 2, 3, he got it!
And Raw's an interesting fact about James Taylor is that he is undefeated here in the backyard at Tennessee Backyard Wrestling.
And if you look at the list, everybody that they've put in front of me, I've beaten them all.
You might be undefeated now. Just wait. I got your ass.
I love the way you break my skin. I feel the hate you place inside. I need to get your voice out of my head, 'cause I'm a guy you'll never find. I think you know all of the rules. There's no expressions on your face. I hope that someday you will let me go. Release me from my dirty cage. I need to feel you. You need to feel me. I can't control you. You're not the one for me, no. I can't control you. You can't control me. I need to feel you. So why's it about you and me?
Bruce! Broadway! Oh no! TBW, oh my God!
I need to feel you. You need to feel me. I can't control you. You're not the one for me, no. I can't control you. You can't control me. I need to feel you. So why's it about you and me?
For an anniversary, Taylor, I want to do bad things.
An anniversary, I'm gonna beat your ass, and that's because it can't be no other way.
And fans, we're back down at ringside, getting ready for the 2 out of 3 falls matchup between Jay Wild and James Taylor. If you don't mind, Josh Ross, I've got to excuse myself for a moment.
First stand up across, and I apologize, fans, friends, and neighbors. My broadcast colleague is at the broadcast booth, doing some paperwork, following some things, but he shall return, ladies and gentlemen. And here we go, folks, it's law. Here we go. 2 out of 3 falls. The Prophet introducing his prophecy, but to take on the undefeated James Taylor. You know the Prophet is always going to have his family involved one way or another. Come hell or high water. But tonight, could this be the final chapter in the installment of Taylor versus Wild? You see Jinx along with Earthquake. There's the prophecy, but where's the leader? Where's the Prophet? Where is Jay Wild, the Prophet? You see Clay and Jinx, the 2 members of the group, this prophecy-like family, this cult, creepy-like family. And now, folks, we're waiting on the arrival of the Prophet Jay Wild. New battle here against the undefeated Nemesis James Taylor. There you see Jinx on one side, Clay on the other, waiting on their leader of the prophecy, the Prophet Jay Wild, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, to do battle against the undefeated Nemesis James Taylor. Could this be the final chapter in the installment of the Prophet versus the Nemesis? This is 2 out of 3 falls any man can get a fall. It could lead up to one man getting one fall and the other man getting the other one, and it could go to sudden death. It could very well do that, or the Prophet or the Nemesis could get falls in either one match. So the main question is this: who is gonna survive? Who is going to be the one to finally put the final nail in the coffin of this feud, if it'll be over? That's my question, folks. Believe it or not, it's the Prophet versus the Nemesis. 2 out of 3 falls here at the grandest days of them all, Anniversary 6. There you see Clay now and Jinx walking on one side of the ring, and there you see the Prophet now getting into the ring. We're going to wait on the arrival of the undefeated, the Nemesis James Taylor, and referee Carter, yet again, to officiate Anniversary 6 here tonight. Prophet still waiting on the arrival, pacing inside the ring, waiting patiently for the undefeated James Taylor, the Nemesis, to make his entrance here in this matchup. 2 out of 3 falls, folks. Taylor, wow. Could this be the final chapter in the installment here at the greatest days of them all? We're going to find out, folks, in a matter of moments. And here we go. Here he comes, folks. The undefeated Nemesis, James Taylor. He's, in his mind, he's going to do what he always does: arrive, raise hell, and leave. And he might do just that. Could the Nemesis pull out the stops and win this early falls match? And folks, by God, there he is. Some might say the toughest SOB that ever graced a backyard circuit. That's what other people's got their opinions. But the bottom line is this: 2 out of 3 falls. Prophet, Nemesis, one-on-one. Could it be for the last time? And like I said, folks, referee Carter. Oh, good God! And they're starting off hot and heavy out the gate. And look at this. And what? Pistol like right hands, and here come the stops, and the bells aren't even sounding, for God's sake. But Taylor don't care, Prophet don't care. They want to tear each other apart. And we finally got a bell moments ago, finally. And good God, the Prophet's got him. And now a punching Duncan, and now here come more pistol like right hands by the Nemesis James Taylor. And up the rope goes the Prophet, dunks at him, look at it, coming, dunks it again. And wisely, the Prophet rolls out of the ring, slides out of the ring, and here comes James to meet him. He's going to the outside. It's a cat and mouse game, and good God, the Nemesis with a clothesline of the Prophet. Prophet and Nemesis now on the outside of the ring now. Oh, what a shot to the chrome dome. And here it comes. Oh, a knee right to the midsection. And now look at this. Oh, what is this? A power bomb, perhaps? Maybe a pile driver? He's going to set him up for it. Look out. No. Oh, look out. Oh, back first goes the Nemesis on the ground, folks. No padding on the outside, folks. That's solid ground. And now there's referee Carter being observant, trying to get these men back in the ring. And he's just wrenching the hands on the face of the Nemesis James Taylor. Prophet trying to get James up to a vertical base, and he throws him back in the ring now. And now the Prophet is going back in on the hunt for the Nemesis, trying to put it in to his undefeated streak here in TBW. And now the Prophet stomping away. And come on, Ray, he's got the foot on the throat. Come on, Carter, do something about that. And now the Prophet now finally breaking up that foot stomp. Now here we go, the Prophet now working over James down the corner. And Sucky once again, the foot on the throat with the boot. Come on, Carter, get him off there, ref. Carter tried to get him off, but finally, Prophet listened. And look at this now, here we go. Over to him again, and there's an overhand punch. Second punch again by Jay Wild. Look at this, Irish up in the corner goes the Nemesis, and coming on a clothesline over by James Taylor. A little fighting effort there. Now he just scrapes the shoe across the forehead of Jay Wild. Taylor now stomping away at the Prophet. He's got him by that foot. He's trying to pull him off the rope. Now he's got him in the middle of the ring. And now Taylor working over the leg, the ankle, the calf area of Jay Wild, trying to ground the Prophet. Good strategy by the veteran known as the Nemesis, James Taylor. And look at Wild, he's pulling the hair. He pulled the hair, ref. And Wild punching away at James Taylor. midsection. Look at this. Incoming. And a suplex. Suplex by Jay Wild and James Taylor. 1, 2. And a kick out there. 1, 2. Pinball tip. 1, 2. Kick out. And now Prophet now is wondering whether they're going to put away the Nemesis in this first fall of 2 out of 3 falls. Both men out on their feet. Look at this incoming on the rope. Look, incoming. And a sleeper hold by the Prophet to the Nemesis. He's got it locked in. He could pass out here in this first fall. He could pass out or he could tap out. And referee Carter are observing as always, asking the Nemesis, do you submit? Do you give up? Could this be what is the first match of the first fall? Could it be? Prophet still got that slipper hold locked in tight on James Taylor. Still got it cinched. And wait, no. Taylor trying to fight out of it. The hold is the knee to the midsection. And now Taylor will allow her to the Prophet. Look at it. Incoming. Oh, look at this press. It's like right hands on the Chrome Dome. Off the rope goes. Look at it. Here comes that elbow drop. Signature elbow is 1, 2. Oh, come on. A kick out by the Prophet. How close was that little fire and momentum, a little bit of shot back in the flames of James Taylor with the last resort, that Luthez press. Taylor picking up Wild now. Perhaps what could be very next. Look out. Oh, wait. Oh, a scoop slam by the Nemesis and the Prophet. Taylor trying to get, is that a vertical base still? Oh, he's climbing to the middle rope. To the second rope, the middle rope. What's going to go for now? Look out. Look out. Another elbow. Yes, he does. Another elbow, but this time for the middle rope. Pinfall. 1, 2. Oh, come on. And the Prophet yet again kicks out. Both men on the canvas. Referee Carter, once again, as always, observant. He's counting down both men. Somebody's got to get up. And now Taylor crawling over. Now he's up on his feet. Prophet now on his feet being picked up by Taylor. Look out on the rope. Incoming. Look out. Double clothesline and both men dropping a heap. Both men are down. Could be out. Double clothesline attempts. Got him around the money. Did Nemesis and Prophet.
3.
And Carter now is still counting away.
4.
Neither man is able to get up yet. Somebody has to if they're going to score a fall in this first match. 2 out of 3, folks.
7.
Looks like Prophet is back up. Taylor now finally back up again. And now the Prophet's on the middle rope. Look out. Oh, Diamond X and a bueno. Oh, the stunner. The stunner. He got it on the money. Gonna go for a pinfall. 1, 2, 3 count. And James Taylor has scored the first fall. It's Taylor 1, Wild 0. James Taylor is in the lead.
First fall.
And Taylor has scored the first fall over this 2 out of 3 falls contest. Now it's Taylor, like I said, folks, Taylor 1, Wild 0. We're now entering the second match for the 2 out of 3 falls. If Wild gets a victory, we go into sudden death rules, folks. If you're keeping score at home, if Wild, and there's a little pose there by the Nemesis to the audience. But like I said a minute ago, if the Prophet can score a victory in the second fall, it will be sudden death rules. But if James Taylor can score the fall, the match is over. It's it. Done. Keep a score home, folks. Look at this now. Incoming. A clothesline off the apron, and down goes the Prophet. Prophet is down.
Guys.
Taylor now is up on his feet now, scoring the Prophet. And look at this now. Wow, now. Oh, that forearm over the back. And now Taylor is down. Prophet now on the apron. What's going to go for now, folks? Yeah, a splash off the apron. A splash from the Prophet J. Wild. And Taylor
Come on, guys. Let's
down,
get ring.
hurting, maybe could be out. There's a replay of the first fall, that stunner, bam, right on the money. What a stunner that was in the first fall. We're back down the ringside to the replay, ladies and gentlemen. And the Prophet is trying to get back, is at a vertical base. And J. Wild grabbing that chain there. And he's not grabbing the chain. Oh, he's got a steel chair. It's worse. It's worse than a chain. Oh, no. Oh, God, across the middle of the back. Oh, that's a spine-tingling chair shot by the Prophet to the Nemesis. And oh, come on. No, he's choking him. Oh, come on. Carter, do something about that. He's got that chair on the throat of the Nemesis. And now finally, Wild breaks up that predicament there, that hole there with that chair, and he throws down the steel chair. What is next in this second matchup for the second fall, folks? Like I said earlier, James Taylor has got one up on the Prophet. And look at this, throws Taylor into the ring, and he's going to go in there to meet him, I would say so, but no, the Prophet is trying to catch a breather, rightfully so. But look at this. Oh, he's got that chain in his hand. He's got that chain. And oh no, he's choking the life out of the Prophet with that chain. He's got him goozled. He's gonna, look out, Wild's got the chair. He's got the chair, look out, Taylor. Oh God, head first with the chair. Any means necessary to get out of that hole there with that chain. He was being choked to death. Which one of these two men will prevail and get the fall in this? If Taylor gets the next fall, the match is over. But if Wild gets it, it's sudden death. And now the Prophet stomping away at the ankles, the calves, the legs of the Nemesis. And he just drove the head of that chair on the ankle. Oh, come on. But hey, it's a good call. Ground the Nemesis. If you ground him, he can't stunner you. Good call, good motive, good strategy by the Prophet J-Wild. Now J-Wild talking smack in the face of the Nemesis. He's, the chair again. Oh, come on. And he's got that, he's still got the chair. Look out, Taylor. Oh, chair froze right in the midsection. And oh, God, again, right in the stomach. And still got that daggum steel chair. Oh, no. No, he's putting the chair on the foot. He can break his ankle. Oh, come on. This is sick. This is disgusting. Well, no, Taylor's up. He's got the chair. He's got it. Oh, across the back and timber. Down goes the Prophet to the canvas in a heap. Taylor down on the canvas. Wild still in the canvas after that chair shot. Something has got to give. We're in the second fall for the second match. 1, 2, out and Wild he got the rope with his hands, forcing a rope break. Wild crawling, trying to crawl to the outside to get a breather, and rightfully so. And then Taylor, like an old veteran, going out there to meet his adversary. And now he's got Wild now. Well, you had him, Taylor. What are they going to do? Oh, he's off the chart. Oh, good God, what a clothesline, and he turned him inside out. Good grief. Something has got to give, folks, in this 2 out of 3 falls match. Like we just saw earlier in the first fall of the first match, Taylor scored a score of 1. It's Taylor 1, Wild 0. If you've just joined us, folks, wherever you may be. And oh God, there's Clay on the ring at the entranceway. You can definitely know Clay is going to be a factor for his leader, the Prophet J-Wild. Clay just came out to the entranceway and now watching his Prophet do his handiwork. And Taylor could still be maybe out. Oh, Taylor's up to one knee there, and now the Prophet with a fist right to the face. To the facial features of the Nemesis James Taylor. And now the Prophet tossing Taylor back inside the ring. Clay has not moved a muscle. And the Prophet now directing his follower, his first follower, Clay, to get some heavy artillery as Clay's, wait, it looks like out of the corner of my eye, I saw Clay. Yes, Clay has got the ladder that we saw in the Golden Vault match. And I dropped it. Oh, what a shot there by Taylor. And it looks like Clay is throwing in the ladder for his Prophet to use against the Nemesis James Taylor. But it looks like Taylor now has saw the ladder, has got the ladder, and he positioned the ladder in the corner of the ring. Wild trying to get to a vertical base. Yes, he does. Taylor walking over to Jay Wild now. And he rakes the eyes, but hey, it's legal, I guess you could say, in this matchup. Irish whip. Back first. The Prophet goes to the ladder. And you can guarantee, folks, the ladder wins every time. And now Taylor on both knees, crawling over to Wild now. Pinfall, yes indeed. 1, 2. And Wild somehow kicked out of that. Somehow, some way, got the arm up for the kick out. Taylor now on both feet now, and now kicking away at Jay Wild. He's got the he's got the legs of the Prophet. Look out, incoming, and look, it looks like Jay Wild just became the human catapult. Face meets ladder, and once again, the ladder wins over Jay Wild's face. Guaranteed, folks, guaranteed. And Clay walked over to assist his leader of the prophecy, and it looks like Taylor going to the outside yet again, folks. Taylor on the outside, and then you see Clay walking away, not wanting to deal with the Nemesis. And it looks like Taylor told him to smack, elbow to the back, and Taylor now might have him. He tripped him. He tripped it. Oh no! Look out! Taylor. Look out! Incoming! Taylor with a catapult. He got it head first off the post with that catapult. Both men's tanks have to very well be on E. We have seen everything in the first fall with Taylor scoring 1. Or in the second fall has been back and forth, folks, to say the least. And now it looks like a Prophet having some words with Carter. Look out, Carter. Don't mess with that guy. He's a weirdo. Wait a minute. Good God Almighty. And James Taylor is busted wide open. Taylor is poked to the eye there by the Prophet, but Taylor is sporting the crimson mask. He is bleeding like a government mule. He doesn't give a damn. He's good. Taylor now is still going after him again, but he's bleeding like a mule here, folks. Hopefully he don't lost too much blood, but with that catapult shot, he caught the ring post head first. Wait, oh no! The Prophet just hit the stunner on Taylor! 1, 2, and a kick out! Well, they say, folks, imitation is the most assumed of flattery, but that was not flat at all. That was like a middle finger to the Nemesis. And the Prophet's hot again. Look out, Carter! Look out!
You got that shoulder, Prophet.
He's still arguing with Carter now. Look out! Look out, Carter! You're gonna get hurt, for God's sake! Look out! The clothesline! Inside out goes the Prophet. Pinfall 1, 2. And a kick out there by Jay Wild after that clothesline tip by the Nemesis, James Taylor. How close can it be, folks? How close can it, by God, be? Taylor is at 1 fall, Wild 0. And look at this, Stunner, no! And clothesline from the abyss. This could be it. 1, 2, and a 3 count. Folks, we're now entering sudden death. Prophet 1, Nemesis 1. We are now going into sudden death rules. The next fall, ladies and gentlemen, will score the winner of this matchup. The question is, who will it be? Will it be the Prophet or will it be Gage? It's a replay of a close on the abyss that got Wild the fall. And we're back down to ringside yet again. Like I said, folks, Wild 1, Taylor 1, sudden death rules.
You're nothing.
What man will get the fall in this last match of this match to end this matchup here and possibly end this rivalry, and all the disrespect of this bald SOB slapping James Taylor and putting the boots to the Nemesis. I have never seen the Nemesis get a beat down like this before in my life, folks. Never have I ever. And wait a minute. And a slap to the face. A stunner that just pissed him off. A stunner by the stunner master himself. And look at this now, Taylor going to the outside. Yeah, going to the outside. looking for something. I don't know what he's going to find. Can he find a chair, a chain? I don't know what he's going to find out there, but he should be capitalizing on the Prophet. He's got to capitalize if he wants to defeat the Prophet here at the greatest stage of them all for Anniversary 6. You see Clay over there, a little bit of words for the Prophet, trying to assist his Prophet, and looks like Taylor has got the steel chair. The toys are in effect yet again, folks. Taylor putting the steel chair in, and wait, he's got, look at this. He's got, oh no, he's not going to, is he? A suplex over the top, over the rope. A suplex over the rope. The chair is still in the ring. The ladder's still in the ring. What's got to give? Something has to. Both men have already scored a fall apiece. Uh-oh. Taylor's got that chair. It cannot go good for either one of these men. Oh no, that chair he got the chair needed the midsection. Oh God, this is not gonna go good. Wait, he's got him. Yes, he has. Oh, the sidewalk slamming. Well, folks, that chair is toast. That chair will be used no more. The middle part of the back of Jay Wild goes right into that chair. The channel who got it worse, Jay Wild's back or that poor chair. But nonetheless, it was effective. Both men on the canvas, and Rev Carter is checking on both of them, and thank God for that he is, because he might throw up the X. Might have a no contest. This keeps up. Each man pulling out all the stops left in the tank to put away one another to finally end this long, grueling rivalry. And it looks like Taylor has got the Prophet. Look out. Irish whip on the ropes, comes back. Clothesline, ducks it in, coming. Oh, clothesline from the abyss by the Prophet yet again. It's over. This could be all. Taylor on the canvas down in the heap. This could be the final moments of this match. Could the undefeated be the defeated?
A year because of you. I've had nightmares thinking of you.
This is getting real personal, folks, or has been personal.
You are guilty of
for a long time, folks. And he's scraping his hand on the face. Oh, and he rakes the eyes. He dotted the eyes of the Prophet. That shut him up, for God's sake, and thank God. And now Taylor trying to get back to the legal base of the Prophet. Now he's back up and kicking away. Oh my, wait a minute, what is it? Is he? No way. It looks like Jay Wild has got the sharpshooter locked in on James Taylor. He's got the sharpshooter locked in. The pain, the agony in the Nemesis' face. And he's pulling him into the middle of the ring. He's got nowhere to go. Taylor cannot reach the ropes. He's got to fight out of it. He has it. He's fighting out of it. He's got it. Taylor get the ropes. And he collapsed in a heap. He's still trying to fight back. And he flips off. He flipped off Carter. The fight back there. He's got to get up. He's trying to get out of this. But
you
wait.
believe in my words.
I believe.
Give up.
I believe.
You got to answer me.
Taylor.
You want to submit?
Taylor is passed out. Taylor is passed out. Taylor is not moving at all. The Nemesis has passed out. Yep, it's over. Carson, it's over. It's over. Taylor has passed out from the sharpshooter. He didn't tap. He didn't say I quit, but he passed out from the pain. He did. But nonetheless, folks, your winner of the 2 out of 3 falls match is the Prophet Jay Wild. The Prophet has defeated the undefeated James Taylor with the sharpshooter. And there you see Clay raising the hand of his Prophet. Taylor Wild has defeated Taylor here at Anniversary 6. What an effort by both these men. Both these men gave everything they had. But in the end, the Prophet has defeated James Taylor. Taylor is no more undefeated thanks to that man right there, the Prophet Jay Wild. Folks, I've been this one. Let's look at these replays of the highlights. The first fall, where you see the Taylor with the first score of the fall, that start of that pinfall, and then you see the second fall with the Prophet getting the pin after the clothesline there. Then you see the last fall, folks, as the Prophet put the sharpshooter in on Taylor, and Taylor passed out, folks. Taylor is no more undefeated. And look out! Oh, the Kobra reached the stunner.
Ross, I'm back. What all did I miss?
Well, Cross, I can't believe I'm going to tell you this, but Taylor is no more undefeated. The Prophet has defeated the undefeated James Taylor.
Oh my goodness! So the undefeated James Taylor lost here tonight, Anniversary 6?
Taylor has lost, folks. But you know, Taylor's walking out here with no help, no assist, like the badass that he is. No help from Carter. Carter ain't a stunner. Taylor's walking out on his own 2 legs.
What a matchup, Ross. James Taylor wouldn't have it any other way than walking out on his 2 feet.
No other way, as you would say. The Prophet has won, folks.
And now we'll be taking a Redbubble commercial.
On Rampage, I was brutally assaulted by Gage, Flair, and Triple J, and I accepted the challenge because the American Dragon never gives up. And tonight I continue my story when I beat Gage, Flair, and redeem myself after losing for multiple weeks. So Gage, Flair, you better be ready for the American Dragon. I'll see you out there.
Strong words from Titan. And up next, folks, it's the Nature Boy Gage Flair with Johnny Jan ringside, taking on the American Dragon, Atomic Titan. Let's not forget, fans, Gage Flair felt cheated in that tournament match up against the spot for the world title. All thanks to Atomic Titan in his mind. Let's see how this matchup all came about between the American Dragon and Gage Flair.
So much going on, Ross! Shane is kicking the crap out of Titan! Shane again! He Titan back on the apron! Wait a minute! Come on, John! Jay! John! No! He got him right in the face! Well, Danny Coles from it! Oh, an elbow to Flair! And Flair rolls out on the side of the ring! This ain't fair! No! Both takes are on E! But look at this! Wait a minute! Cole got it! One, two, three! Daniel Cole wins! Cole wins! Not fair to Flair, Ross! Not fair to Flair!
It's Titan!
Well, look, it's the little weasel that cost us a chance at main eventing anniversary. You got something to say, buddy?
I'll finish the story. I'm going to finish the story. Oh, I'm going to do it for my daddy, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes.
No one has liked you since you came back. No one has wanted you back here. And oh, by the way, I have a parting gift.
Look at and a low blow around the bread basket on the Gage. The dirtiest player in the game.
I want your ass at anniversary. Huh?
You got it. What's that? I can't hear you. Maybe if your dad was here, you would actually be able to speak up.
You don't cost me a match and get away with it.
All right, folks, we're back down the ringside for the matchup between the Nature Boy Gage Flair and the American Dragon Atomic Titan, folks. This matchup all came to be because the Nature Boy Gage Flair, in his mind, felt he was robbed, felt he was cheated by the American Dragon Atomic Titan in the triple threat match, throwing this spot against the Legends Anarchy Team Gage. But tonight, folks, it all comes down to this. The Nature Boy Gage Flair versus the American Dragon Atomic Top 101 here for Anniversary 6. And there he is, ladies and gentlemen. It's the American Dragon Atomic Top, who for multiple weeks, folks, has suffered defeat after defeat after defeat. Can he turn it around tonight, Anniversary 6? Can he turn it around and get a victory against Nature Boy Gage Flair, or will Gage Flair make the Titan suffer yet again another defeat here at the grandest stage of them all, folks? There you see Titan perching on the rope there on the turnbuckle there, trying to psych up the audience to get behind in his favor against Nature Boy Gage Flair, folks. This is it. It all comes down to this. American Dragon, Nature Boy, Anniversary 6, folks. And we know we're on the arrival of Nature Boy Gage Flair, folks, on the arrival of the Nate, the man.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pleasure.
And wait, there's Johnny J. Chambers on the Jackass.
Lucille, to serenade you.
What is he doing?
And my client, the Nature Boy, Gage Flair.
I never knew he could do this. And now, folks, we hear the sound of Ric Flair drip hitting over the PA system. It's that time, folks. It's the limousine ride. Headline. His dealer. We're going to do this thing on, and there he is. And it looks like old Johnny J is getting down. He's getting jiggy with it. He's really getting jiggy with it. So is Flair. What an entrance. Old Johnny J still blowing the he's still going away. Wow, what an entrance for the Nate. What an entrance, ladies and gentlemen, for the man himself. A courtesy of Johnny. Jesus, my earpiece. Good Lord. Shoot. Well, like I said, folks, I knew Johnny J could run his mouth a lot, but I never knew he could play a trombone. But anyway, folks, here we go. Flair, Titan, one-on-one. Carter officiating this contest yet again here for Anniversary 6. What a job Carter's been doing so far for Anniversary 6 reffing, folks. This is the co-main event, folks. The co-main event, Flair and Titan, Nature Boy versus American Dragon, with referee official Carter in the ring. And now, introductions for the American Dragon, Atomic Titan. And now, folks, introductions now for the man, the Nate, Gage Flair. And a woo there of approval by the H. He said it's anniversary, and yes, indeed it is. Referee Carter in position. As Titan, is he ready? He's going to ask Flair, is he ready? Wait, enough with that trombone, will you? Jesus, Lord have mercy. We've already heard it before. Sheesh. He asked Titan if he's ready. He asked Flair if he's ready. And here we go, folks. The bell is sounded. It's Titan and Flair. One-on-one Anniversary 6, the grand ball. And and Flair pulling back the hair in that signature strut of his. And now, both men circle each other. Here we go. Elbow top, and Flair's got him in the corner. It'll be that time. He's looking at that headlight. He's got it in, and they break the elbow top there. And now they're going to circle. Yes, again, one more time. Here we go. Titan and Flair circling again. And here we go. A second elbow top. Little headlock in. He's got it wrist in. Flair's got him. He's got that headlock wrist in. Titan goes off ropes. Look at it coming. Shoulder tackle by Flair. Jump over, leap over by Flair, look out, and here goes a hip toss. Hip toss by the American Dragon, and the American Dragon is indeed fired up. He's breathing fire out of the get-go. And look at this, Titan now going to the top, look out. Is he going to fly? Is the Dragon going to fly? Yes, he does. Oh, Johnny J just took it head on, and a head-on collision. Flair out of the way. But hey, any means that's her. And oh, there's a chop. Woo! And woo! A second chop. And now here goes the American Dragon. And here come those. Oh, Another chopping. Good God Almighty, it's going fast-paced. I'm going to try to call this the best way I can, folks, the only way I can, and that is the way I can really do it. But here we go now. Flair, woo, and a second chopping. Down goes Titan, and he's got him. Look at this now. Flair sees the ball. Off goes Titan like incoming, and another chopping. Down he goes again. The American Dragon now in the corner. Oh, here comes the punch right in the chin. More punches, and woo, the chop again. He's going at it again, and woo, and again, another one, and he's strutting his stuff like he always does, folks. And there's the running knee. He got caught with it, and he put some stank on it, and he's going to go to the pinfall. Oh, good grief. Got a lot more of that time to put down the Nate, a lot more. And now, punches away. Now here come there was one best kick there by the American Dragon. And look at incoming. Oh, the double feet right to the stomach, right to the midsection. 1, 2. Oh, and a kick out there by Flair. And there's Johnny J now back up. A pinfall. Oh, and he got out of it. Out of breath there, folks. How close was that? Oh, there's a punch there, but there's chop by Flair. Punch by Titan, chop by Flair. Back and forth, punches and chops by both men, and down goes the American Dragon yet again. And oh, Flair now, he's going to the top. What's he doing now? He's at the top, look out. Oh no. Oh, wait, he pushed him up, look out. Diamond Axe handle by Flair. Wow, good, he went off the top. A Diamond Axe handle, and he's strutting his stuff in again. Like he always does. Flair stomping on the chest. The Titan, he stomped on the chest or the boot. Again, the signature knee drop by the Nature Boy Gage. Flair. Take a look at these replays, folks. You see Titan, bam, the running knee right on the money. And then you see Flair. Thanks for the replay. Back to the action.
I guess you could say we need to pay attention.
Begin your time.
And look at this. Flair's got him. Vertical suplex incoming in. Bombs away down. Down goes the American Dragon. 1, 2. Oh, a 2 count there, and he kicked out to the Atomic Titan. And that pinball did it courtesy by Flair.
That's right.
Flair is going to argue with old Chase Carter again. Good grief. Going to argue with the referee there. Come on, Nate. That'll lead you to some trouble. And now Flair. Oh, good God, the punch. More punches on the chin, and there's some more chops on the chest. Uh-oh, Irish whip go. Look out, incoming. Oh, Hurricane Rana. Titan can down right in. This could be it. What a beautiful little Lucha Libre style by the American Dragon.
Shut up. No.
And look at this. Well, Flair's backing off. He's backing off. And here comes Titan now with the punches. Punches. Here come the best kicks. Here come the best kicks. Applying in. And now here he goes again with that damn gum. Oh, the low blow. I got a distraction by the jackass. The jackass. What a distraction with that daggum Trump. Will somebody put that thing out of here? Jeez, that trombone, I swear my ears are going to be bleeding after this matchup. I hope not, though. But now, the figure 4! Figure 4 is locked in! The figure 4 is locked! The figure 4 is locked in! Titan's got nowhere to go! He could tap out! He could score the loss here! He could tap out! He's got to! Oh, come on, Ricardo, you saw that! Break the hole! And Flair, let's go to figure 4. And now Flair to a vertical base. Titan trying to get the vertical base. And he's arguing with the ref, Corey again. Come on, ref. Oh, what a super kick by the American Dragon. Got him right on the chin. And now the American Dragon is going to be perched in the High Rick District. What's going to happen? Look out. Incoming. What a splash. What a splash. Right there off the top. Pinfall. 1, 2. Oh, come on, Carter. You saw that. The jackass making his presence felt yet again in this matchup. And now Titan going, yes, to the top. Get out. Come on. Wait, you better watch the jackass on the outside. He'll play a factor as always. Crossbody. Wait, Flair caught him. Flair caught the American Dragon. Oh, what a fall-away slam by the Nate. What a fall-away slam. Titan now on both. He better get up. Look out. Oh, the big boot by the Nate. What a big boot by Flair. Off the rope. Look out. Here it comes. Wait, no. Oh, there's another boot right to the shoulder area. And now Flair, once again, having a little bit of work with Carter. Incoming, the back elbow. Back elbow. And here it goes. The elbow drop. Pinfall, 1, 2, and a 2 count there in that pinfall predicament. Titan kicks out the nigga 2. And it looks like both men could be on the proverbial E in the gas tanks. It looks like Flair now picking up Titan for going on, and it looks like the crowd now getting behind the American Dragon. Reverse! Here it comes! The best lock! The best lock! Yes! It's locked in! He's got it locked! He's got it cinched! Will Flair tap? Will Flair tap to the best lock? It looks like, and there you see Johnny J having his big gut be a factor, as always. Throw him out, Carter! You can do. He's got the job to do that. You can throw him out of there. Eject him and his trombone, for God's sake. And the running knee. The running knee striking again. 1, 2. Oh, how close can you get, folks? They're running 1, 2. Really another one. Look out. 1, 2. And a kick out. How close can you get with these pinfall predicaments by both these men, both these athletes? It looks like Titan now has a punch to the face. And Flair stumbles back. Oh, here's some more punches by the American Dragon. Right to the stomach. An uppercut by Titan. Look at this. Although he goes incoming. And a clothesline over the top. Over the top goes Flair. Flair goes to the outside. And it looks like Flair might be dazed and confused. This match has been back. There goes the jackass. Yeah, he's backing up away from the American Dragon. The Dragon is truly watching the jackass and his tricks, including that daggum trombone of his. And there goes some more punches and a chop, punch, another chop. There's some more these forearms and punches and chops by both men. And he blocks it. Flair blocks it, and he throws Titan back in the ring. And now Flair back in once again, folks. What's it going to take to put away one of these men in the match? Look out! The chop block! The chop block connects. Are they going to go for? Yes, the 2-piece. The second chop block of the night, folks. This could be all. This could be it for Atomic Titan, the American Dragon. Will he suffer another defeat by Gage Flair at Anniversary 6? And more chops are applied to the chest. On the rope goes the Dragon incoming. Off the big boot. Followed by Flair Buster. The Flair Buster. This has got to be it. Count it. 1, 2. Oh, wait, Flair pulled the hell off the mat. He's not done yet. He wants to humiliate the American Dragon even more. A Flair Buster. Titan, if he suffers a loss again, how humiliating would this be? And Titan trying to muster up some offense. Fighting back. Get the midsection again. A second Flair Buster. Wait, he rolls it up. People 1, 2. He got him. The American Dragon did it. Flair took too long. He showboated too much. And finally, the American Dragon gets a victory over the Nature Boy Gage Flair. You took too long, Flair. You took too much. And they're going after Titan, and they're not in a good mood. Flair and Johnny J, they are pissed. Highly pissed. What a win, Titan.
And Josh Rawls, it's main event time.
And here we go, ladies and gentlemen, the most anticipated match, maybe an anniversary history. The Undisputed title is on the line. The Almighty Alpha Daniel Cole, one-on-one with Wedger Shane, the Anarchy King, with a paymaker ringside.
Indeed, Rawls, a big fight feel.
Let's see how this match all came forth. You honestly think you can beat a man that has not been pinned for over 614 days in reign for the world title over 50 days.
Doing something mean to it. Do it better than anybody you ever seen. Do it. Scream from the haters. Got a nice ring to it. I guess every superhero need his theme music. No one man should have all that power. The clock's ticking. I just count the hours. Stop tripping. I'm tripping off the power.
Not the same Daniel Cole we fought. When we meet one-on-one, we You have no chance without him.
Under this contract, it states that if the Painmaker so happens to get involved at any point, you will be stripped.
Painmaker can get involved.
Oh, Ledger's took the world title.
The confidence of Daniel Alphaco, we could possibly see a dethroning at Anniversary 6.
We went through everybody, every human being known to mankind. They've been stepped up and they've been stepped down.
At Anniversary 6, you will just be another victim in the category of the Anarchy Era and the Anarchy King.
I wait for Ledger to sign
What's he waiting for? Oh, this guy just stands his hand. Why do he's got the world title?
But hit Alpha with the belt.
He doesn't. Table the AA.
The match is official.
Will the Alpha finally dethrone the Anarchy Era and bring down the Anarchy King?
And ladies and gentlemen, we're back down at ringside. It is the main event of the night.
Here we go, folks. It is the main event of the greatest day of them all, Anniversary 6, and we're waiting on the entrance of the challenger from the Undisputed Championship, the Almighty Alpha, Daniel Cole, who won this opportunity at Rampage in a triple threat match between Flair and Titan. Cole walked out the victor, had the contract signing, and tonight it's all come down to this. Alpha, Anarchy King, well, what there he is, Cross.
Here he is, Roz. Daniel Alphaco walking down to the ringside. He could possibly dethrone Ledger here tonight.
That's the main question on every person's mind, whether it's the production crew's mind, the fans, the wrestlers in the back even. Can Cole be the one to get the job done? He's the only man left, some would say.
Daniel Alphaco could very well be the winner here tonight. He's the one that threw Ledger to that table at the contract signing, had his foot on his chest, holding the belt high above his head.
Indeed, with that egg in the table, he got the last laugh. No pardon the pun on the champ. But can Cole get the job done and do what everyone else on that Anarchy Era list couldn't do? Can he dethrone the Shade? Can he get past the mind games? Can the Alpha be the one?
Ross, keep in mind, if Painmaker was to get involved in this matchup, Ledger, the Shade, will be stripped of his titles.
Indeed, Cross, and there they come! The man who thinks they own this place! The two marquee players! The two Divas masterminds! And speaking of drip, look at the drip of the champ and the manager! Prime time, Painmaker! Prime time!
Not a bigger stage for Mr. Anniversary.
You can't have it without Mr. Anniversary! The Anarchy King has made his presence, and he's going to do, in his mind, what he's always done. Arrive, put down people, and leave in anarchy, if you will.
And Ross, the bright lights and the big stage is nothing new to the Shade.
You ain't kidding, Cross. Hello, he is Mr. Anniversary, for crying out loud. You can't have Anniversary without Mr. Anniversary. This is his show.
Indeed, Ross, he's main evented 3 out of 4 of the last anniversaries.
You are correct, Cross. Like I said, they don't call him Mr. Anniversary for nothing. But will the show be stopped by the Alpha? That's the main question, Cross. Will the Almighty Alpha, Daniel Cole, put down the Anarchy King and dethrone the combined 470-day reign of the Anarchy King, Ledger Shade?
There is a tension in the air here tonight. It's a big fight feel.
Indeed, Cross. Tension in the air between champion and challenger. Both these men know what's at stake. The Undisputed Championship belt, the world title, and the U.S. title that is currently in the grasp of the Anarchy King.
You said it best, Ross, and could this be the night that the Anarchy Era ends and the Daniel Alphaco Era begins? The Alpha Era.
But here's my question, Cross. Can he put down a man who has not been nor pinned or submitted for over 620 days?
We will find out, and this main event is fixed to be underway. Underway, Ross. And like I mentioned earlier, the tension, you could cut it with a knife. And that big fight feel is fixing to take place.
Indeed, Cross, biggest match in history.
And that right there is what it's all about. The most prestigious prize in the backyard.
The Undisputed Championship. And other introductions, folks.
In quarter number 1, he is the challenger, the almighty Alpha, Daniel Kobra.
Ross, I noticed this is a different Daniel Alpha Cole. He has come to conquer.
I'm terrified.
Fatso! Shut up, Fatso! Shut up!
And now the introductions for the champion.
Amateur hour. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce your undisputed champion of Tennessee Backyard Wrestling, my undisputed champion, the Anarchy King, Mr. Elijah!
And the Paymaker introducing his Anarchy King to their people, Ross.
Well, to their mind, it's their people. He said that in that card signing. He owns the ring. He owns the cameraman. He owns everybody. Everybody honors him.
And Ross, this main event matchup is underway. Look at both men staring down at one another. And what is it going to take for Daniel Alpha Cole to win this matchup?
Well, it's a good question to do all he can. He's going to have to not chain grapple and chain wrestle the champ with his technical technique. He's got to overpower him. He's got to outthink him. And there's a little salute to the Painmaker. And he's got to watch that man on the outside by the Painmaker. Cannot get him off. What a shot there. He rocked the champ.
He's coming back, Ross. Oh!
And like I said, that power earlier, he's got to use all that power he can to outpower the Shade, outpower the Anarchy King.
And Ross, the champ is shaking. You look at Paymaker checking on the champ.
He better check on his meal ticket. He's been the meal ticket for quite a while. He's just referee counting away.
Back him up, you zebra! 4!
And Ross, this is not the way that the Paymaker and the Shade planned this match to start off.
This is not the way they had envisioned their go-to plan against the Alpha Daniel Cole, and now they're circling to the yet again cross.
Oh, goes under. Daniel Cole is wrapping around. He got him by the head. He cinched it in, Ross.
He's got that headlock wrist on the Anarchy King, and now he's powering down the Anarchy King. Look at this cross. He's got him.
He's working on the champ. He's working on the champ, and the champ's trying to fight back. He's trying to get out of this headlock. Sends him off.
Off the rope goes Cole incoming. Oh, down goes the Shade. Look at this. Little trouble by the Alpha. Look at this. It comes. Oh, and a blue fast press. He got him. Pins like right hands by the Anarchy King.
The Shade was pounding away to the forehead of Daniel Alpha Cole, and he's not staying off of him. Oh, he's got him. What a snapmare delivered by the Shade.
Snapmare by the Anarchy King. That's what the champ's got to do. He's got to wear down the opposition. He's taking control of the almighty Alpha. He has to keep the Undisputed title. And all the Paymaker can do is look off the outside.
Oh, and what a takeover by the champion. And look, Daniel Alpha Cole on the outside. What's the champ coming in against?
The suicide bullet. Oh, no, Cole got him with a punch. He outsmarted the champ right there.
Daniel Alpha Cole seen the champ coming. He's picking him back up.
By the hair of the head, picking up the Anarchy King, and he throws it back in, does Alpha Cole, and he slides back in.
Daniel Alpha Cole coming full speed ahead. Oh, what a clothesline, Ross.
Clothesline by the Alpha. And look at this, he's got the champ. Look at this, suplex. A vertical. He got it. What a suplex by the challenger.
Getting manhandled by the Daniel Alpha.
He definitely getting manhandled indeed. The challenger is manhandling the champ.
This has been a perfect start for the Alpha, Josh Ross. This has been a perfect start.
You ain't kidding, Cross. This is definitely not what the Painmaker and the Shade had envisioned from a so-called part-timers, they called it.
Definitely not, but look, the Shade throws him once more. Oh, Daniel Cole coming back.
Oh, the quickness, the clothesline of the agility of the champion. These two clotheslines. Look at this. Oh, incoming. Here he comes. Oh, what a splash. The beautiful roll through and the second splash.
Another splash of Daniel Alpha Cole. Now the champ wailing on Daniel Alpha Cole.
These punches went chops there by the Anarchy King. Chop away the chest of the challenger.
He's not finished with him just yet. Our sweep to the corner once more.
In the corner you go. Look out. Oh, no. Look at this. Oh, this is for Abigail. Good God.
Can't believe he had enough strength to catch him.
That was good guidance in. Pinfall. Look at this. We all a pinfall. 1, 2. Oh, the kick.
And it was early, Ross. It was early.
Yeah, exactly. We're very early. He caught the champ off guard. It definitely, Daniel Cole caught the champ off guard.
Absolutely, Ross. He caught him off guard. And now Daniel Cole, he's got the upper hand at this current moment.
Currently he does. And all the Painmaker do is watch as Anarchy King is getting demolished by the Alpha.
And Rawls, this is not the predicament that the Shade and the Paymaker are used to being in.
They're not at all, Cross. They're used to overthinking, overstrategizing their opponents. They have not been in a predicament like this against the almighty Alpha Daniel Cole.
And Daniel Alpha Cole just strutting around the ring. He's not finished yet.
He's not breaking a sweat. He is not losing his confidence against the Anarchy King, Cross.
Back suplex. Oh, Ledger goes back.
Lands on the feet. Clothesline by the Anarchy King.
And Daniel Alpha Cole getting right back up.
Yeah.
Goes the Shade. Oh!
The Shining Wizard of the Knee, followed up by the Bulldog. Vintage Anarchy King with his trademark moves.
The Shade's gaining momentum. 1, 2. Oh!
Kick out there by Cole.
Are you serious?
Only a 2, Rawls. Only a 2.
Haymaker on the outside arguing with referee Carter about the pinfall predicament. And finally, things are going back into tuition for Ledger and company.
And Ledger's picking up Daniel Alpha Cole. Ross with a chop. What a vicious high-fist chop. Oh, Daniel Cole fires back. Daniel Cole fires back.
Cole fired back. The Almighty Alpha's fired back as Anarchy. Look out, incoming. Oh, and the eat defeat by the champion.
Oh, a foot straight to the head of Daniel Alpha Cole.
The strategy of the champion, the mind game of the champion, the mat intuition of the champion.
And look, Ross, look at Ledger going after Daniel Cole once more.
Suicide bullet on the dot, this time vintage Anarchy King with the suicide bullet.
Straight onto Daniel Alpha Cole. Ross, it could be over if he gets Daniel Alpha Cole inside the ring.
It could be over by 2 ways, the blackout or that last laugh.
And Ross, Daniel Alpha Cole has that spinning Alpha adjustment and that ankle lock.
The Shade now picking up the challenge of Almighty Alpha, trying to get this back. Look out, it's got it! And the Anarchy King just got posted head first.
And Raw's a Paymaker looking on at his Anarchy King. Daniel Alpha Cole now picking up Ledger.
Cole picking up the Anarchy King now. He's trying to get this back in the ring, but no, he's not. Oh! Head first, he got posted again.
This will be the second time. And look, Ross, he's got him over near the barricade.
Oh no, look out! This cannot go well for both men. Both men at all, folks. This cannot go well at all. Look at this now. He's got him.
And Ledger's taking a lot of damage in this matchup, Ross. More than usual.
Definitely a lot of damage. Indeed, more than usual for the Anarchy King. Cole now. Ledger back in the ring yet again. Oh no, this drive again. Wait up. Last laugh. The quickness, the technique like a cat. The last laugh is locked in.
Got it. He cinched it. He's pulled apart his face.
Good God, that thing is cinched. He's gonna rip his face off.
He could tear off his face. He has to tap. He has to tap.
He's got to tap. Paymaker telling him to tap.
He's made his way to the rope. Foot on the rope, Ross.
It's a rope break. And now Ref Carter finally saw it.
Ref Carter telling him to get off of him. Daniel Alpha Cole was able to reach the rope in that last laugh.
But he didn't want to break the hold, though. He wanted to apply more damage.
And here he goes, Ross. He's looking for the blackout.
Blackout. Oh, I know. Here it goes. Alpha adjustment. Alpha adjustment.
1, 2. Oh.
How close was that?
3. I was on the edge of my seat.
That quickness of both men to hit both finishing maneuvers. Oh no! It's locked in the armbar's locked.
It was reminiscent of the Alpha adjustment that he gave Ledger through that table on last week's contract signing.
Indeed, Cross, but now this armbar is locked in. Nowhere to go. He's got to get to the shed. He's got to get to the rope.
You want to submit?
Or reverse somehow.
Oh, he's going to be 1, 2.
Oh, and he kicks out.
Only a 2, only a 2. Oh, wait a minute. Both men still going at it. What a suplex by the Shade.
Suplex. And then the pinfall.
1, 2.
Oh, the kick
only
out.
Only 2, Ross. Only 2. Back to back. Here's another pinfall.
1, 2. Oh, wait. Another pinfall. This 1, 2. Oh, another one. 1, 2. Another one. 1, 2. Oh, good grief. The Shade's got him! Look out! The fucking arrow! 1, 2! Oh, good God Almighty, what's it gonna take?
A signature move with the Ledger Shade. The Falcon's arrow was effective, but not effective enough to put a 3 count.
Both men pulling the vertical game, but can you top this? All these pinfall predicaments and the moves!
Wait a minute, Ross. Where's Ledger going? Where's Ledger going?
Wait a minute, what is he doing?
They're walking out.
Well, I guess that's the one way you can save your championship belt. They're walking out. Oh, come on.
He's grabbing his belt. They're walking out.
Out comes the Alpha, and down goes the Shade. Look out. Oh, he just shoved the Painmaker, but he can't do nothing about it.
Nothing at all, Ross. And now he's taking Ledger back inside the ring. Back inside the ring.
He's not gonna lose over a count out. He wants the undisputed title. He wants the look at it. It's coming.
Back.
Sling blade. Vintage Ledger with a sling blade.
What a sling blade delivered by Ledger Shade.
And now look at this. It looks like the Anarchy King is gonna go to the heavens. He's gonna perch up high risk district. He's gonna go to the top.
Daniel Alpha Cole has brought him the challenge. It's not over yet.
The Anarchy King to the top. Look at it. Frog splash.
Off the top. 1, 2.
Oh, the kick out of the frog splash. What's it gonna take for the Anarchy King to put away the Almighty Alpha? And what's it gonna take for the Alpha to put away the Anarchy King and to throw the Anarchy King? The Alpha Lock.
Your answer might just be answered.
The Alpha Lock is set. Will he tap? Will the Anarchy King tap?
He made that flaw of stepping over the Alpha. The Alpha grabbed that ankle. He has it cinched in still.
Exactly. Ledger made the fatal mistake of stepping over the Alpha. The Alpha with the quickness caught the foot. And he's in the Alpha Lock. And he's got nowhere to go. He might tap. We might have the Almighty Alpha. There might be a due.
We might have a new champion if he submits.
Can he get out of it? At all? Look at it.
And Ross Ledger has a hold of his own on Daniel Alpha Cole's ankle.
It's a rope break. Come on, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait. It looks like the Shade was trying to get himself DQ'd.
Why did you DQ me? He had the
He was going to hold on to 5, but look, Ref Carter broke up the count.
Referee Carter doing the right thing, let the match survive, but Ledger ain't having it.
Ledger is highly upset.
Rightfully so. Oh, no, look out. He's got him. Wait, reverse. Oh, the backbreaker by the Anarchy King.
He was trying to get him to that Alpha adjustment, but he could not get it.
He couldn't get it in time. He outsmarted him, reversed it, and caught him with a backbreaker. And now the pinpoint stops. Here we go, like a tarantula stalking his prey.
On every body part.
Then pinpoint like stops, very effective with every limb of the Almighty Alpha Daniel Cole, and the Shade taking control yet again. Look at this Anarchy King not going broke. Look at this incoming. Oh! The vintage knee dropped by the Shade. The Anarchy King, the undisputed champion, but for now, Cross.
Knee straight to the head to Daniel Alpha Cole. Ledger's going once more to pick him up. He's not fit. Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Look, Cross.
Throws him on the outside, does Cole. Look at it incoming. Oh, a suicide dive by the Almighty Alpha. I've never saw that before.
With a suicide dive of his own, launching onto Ledger. Now Ledger laying on the outside of the ring.
And Carter now
pulling out all the stops, in order to become the World Heavyweight Champion here tonight.
Indeed, pulling out everything in the arsenal, new or unnew, to get the Undisputed Championship belt.
4.
And now Daniel Alpha Cole is going to throw Ledger back inside the ring. That's where Ledger needs to be in order to win this matchup. But wait a minute!
Oh, the blackout! He got it down the quickness, and that's a 1, 2. Oh, a kick out!
Almost a 3!
And the Painmaker sweating buckets on the outside, but he can't do nothing because the contract stated if he gets involved, Ledger's stripped.
And you know Commissioner Beast is watching.
And he's loving this, but hey, what a match! What a main event for Anniversary 6! Look at this now, gonna go for a second blackout perhaps. He's done everything, the blackout, the last lap, trying to get to the Q and lead. Frustrations are building for the Anarchy King.
This could possibly be it. Whoa, wait a minute, Ross.
Oh, he's trying to go wrong. Suplex City.
We're entering the city limits of Suplex City.
You dang right, Cross, and now the champ getting dumped on his head with these suplexes. And now it's back in control for Daniel freaking Cole.
Oh, what a belly-to-belly.
What a belly suplex.
1, 2.
Oh, the kick out.
1, 2.
How did the Anarchy King kick out of that?
He's bringing him the challenge here tonight.
You're not kidding. They've been both pushed to the limits. They've tried everything they can. Shane has tried to leave. He's tried to get DQ'd. He's tried the last laugh. He's tried to black out. Anything he can to hold on that grasp of the Anarchy era and the Undisputed title. Any means necessary.
He's got it back in his corner. Look at those wailing punches by Danny Alpha Cole.
But the Alpha is not giving in yet. He will not surrender to that
fight spirit.
He will not surrender to the Anarchy King yet, for God's sake. Oh, look out, incoming. Here he comes. Look out. Cannonball. The cannonball in the corner.
We could definitely be entering the Daniel Alpha era soon.
It could be. We've seen everything cross. Look at this now. The Sister Abigail. Oh, good God. This could be over. It has to be over.
It could be over.
New
It
champion.
could be over.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, the foot on the bottom rope. The technique. The mind games.
Rev Carter was able to notice that Ledger's foot was under the rope.
And the match continues yet again.
The ring awareness of Shade.
The ring awareness indeed of the Anarchy King. Frustrations had the building from both men. Not just one, both.
And now he's Irish whipping him to the other corner, Ross.
Irish whip, look out, incoming, here come the Alpha. Oh, the big boot got him. He got him with the boot.
He got met with that boot. Here goes Shade.
A blockbuster.
What a beautiful blockbuster. Come on with the coverage. 1, 2, oh.
Oh, the foot's on the right. Carter saw it.
The foot was under the rope.
And Painmaker looking on, watching this masterpiece of a main event.
What a battle this has been, Ross. Back and forth all night long.
Back and forth indeed. One of these men has got to give. Who is going to be the Undisputed Champion?
And Ross Shade is taking control once more with that wrist lock. But hey, I want to take a look back at that blackout.
Indeed, let's take a look at that near fall the blackout. And look across the blackout out of nowhere to the Almighty Alpha.
And Ross, take a look at this Sister Abigail. Both men back and forth, back and forth.
Now we're back to the action now momentarily as the Alpha has got Ledger now incoming. Look out! Buster swallowed the pine by the Almighty Alpha.
He hit him with that beautiful spine buster, and he's got that ankle once more.
The Alpha lock is back in. He's got it. This could be all. We could have a new champion. This could be the Almighty Alpha era.
He's got the ankle lock cinched in. Wait a minute. Look at the power of left of Shade. He was able to throw off Danny Alpha Cole.
The roll through with his foot. Throw it off the Alpha. That Alpha locked in. And now look at this Painmaker looking at the Almighty Alpha. And he has to back away knowing he cannot get involved.
Oh, he's bringing him between the ropes here.
Oh, no.
He got him between the ropes.
Look out. Oh, no, don't do it. Look out, no. Straight jacket hold. Incoming. The middle rope DDT. The middle rope hanging DDT.
What a vicious DDT. 1, 2.
Oh, and a kick out.
Daniel Cole barely able to kick out of that vicious DDT.
You can tell that both tanks on both men are almost on E. Look out.
He's going for a blackout, Ross. He's going for a blackout.
Oh, my goodness, could be all.
He's holding on the ropes with his life.
Oh, down goes Rev Carter. Carter's down.
Knee to the midsection. Here comes a blackout.
Blackout. No. Cole's got him. And give me the, yes. Oh, the Alpha adjustment.
Oh, my gosh.
Is down. The referee is down. Carter's down.
He had it, Ross. He had it. Everybody was counting.
He had it. Come on, how close could you have gotten? Cole had it, but the ref was down. Cole is gonna go for it. He's got the champion. The Shane on spaghetti legs. Here we go. It's it. The reign is over. The Anarchy era is over. Alpha attitude position. Here we go. Wait a minute. What the heck is this? These masked assailants. These masked vigilantes.
Oh my gosh, Ross.
Who the heck is these two? Who are these two masked assailants?
It's Spade and Club.
Wait, what?
It's Spade and Club.
Spade and Club. The Samoan drop. By Club and Spade.
Oh my God.
Wait a minute. This has got to be a playbook. And the Anarchy King, the former associates of the Anarchy King, the originals, it's Spade and Club.
Rev Carter's down and did not see none of it, Ross.
This makes me sick. The facade, the arrogance, the bravado of the Anarchy TBW Champion now knows this is all in his pocket. It's all over, folks. What a scheme. The all-throw goes the champ with this. Again, incoming, a blackout. 1, 2, and a 3 count, and that right there, folks, the Anarchy era lives. The Anarchy King is still the king of TBW. He is still the Undisputed Champion. All thanks to the return of Spade and Club. You gotta admit, folks, kudos to the Anarchy King for this plot twist, if you will. The Painmaker could get involved, but they didn't see a daggum thing about Spade and Club involved. Let's take a look at these replays, folks, as we saw Spade and Club rush the ring and gave the champ time and momentum to finally put an end to his challenger, the almighty Alpha Daniel Cole, with the blackout in the 1, 2, 3. Folks, I'm wanting to say not this way, but there is no other way. The Anarchy era lives, all thanks to Spade and Club, the reuniting Spade and Club with their former leader, the Shade, legend of the Anarchy King. This makes me sick, folks. And folks, this includes our anniversary, ladies and gentlemen, and good night, folks. See you on Rampage.